22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Raiders, next on EA Sports.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5 and up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when you can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They're going to look to throw. Complete. Richardson has it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now back to throw. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20.
What's the deal, y'all?
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the right side, open is Gesicki. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 4th down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively. And this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The numbers for him from a week ago: 25 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
For the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's complete to Adams. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Second and 7. They'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
He's got exactly what you're looking for. The ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Caught here by Griffin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. He'll drop to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Third and 11, and some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. They'll set up to throw, eluding the pressure right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on 4th down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from 3rd and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on 4th. They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
second and goal from inside the 5. They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. It's their quarterback. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Steelers are on the board first here in Vegas. He continues to show at this level that he can not only pass for touchdowns, he can run for touchdowns.
Not the first time we've seen this, because this young guy, he really makes it happen. So what that tells me is the book on him has to change. You got to now plan for those legs as well as him throwing the football.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Check, 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 check. 53's the block. 53. Check 53. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Buying time to his left. Gets around him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
26, Mike. 26.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. That's going to set him back 5 yards. On the counter, Hunt. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 15 carries, 85 yards.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that is incomplete. This defense for the Steelers, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
That's it, baby.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first two possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
Here we go.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd down and 4. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. And that'll set them back 5. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he will have a Steelers first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
4 yards remain for second down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Richardson. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw here. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Forthcoming for the Steelers. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Back to throw here. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there for the Raiders.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a toss running left, Hunt. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
We got this. A gain of 19 yards.
So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to, when you want to. That play calling is working very well for them right now.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Hunt. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Second and 11 now.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check. 53 Check.
Looking to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Now a handoff looking right. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
But it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
We got three, buddy. We got 52's the mic right here, 52's the mic.
Flush to his right. He finds his man, complete. It's Griffin. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards to pick up there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
the receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah.
Oh.
And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man. Complete. It's Adams. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. They'll look to throw again. Eluding and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's brought down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now back to throw. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Back to throw again. He's airing it out for Sanu. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Rosa's kick is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Let's just call that play exactly what it is. Needed. Because they wanted to get back in the game, and they knocked the ball free, and now they have a chance to do exactly that.
They've got the chance. Now they have to take advantage. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. Rosa's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was the visiting Ravens who were able to come in and take this one on the road. The Titans had run off 9 straight wins to start the year, but a 10th was not in the cards as they fall for the first time. From there, we head over to the Pacific Northwest to check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who have the lead in that one at halftime. David Montgomery, a touchdown run in that first half. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Chris Carson has a touchdown run. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Steelers. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Come on, baby. We got to do our job. We got to do our job, man.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Brings up second and 15 at the 16-yard line.
They'll run with Hunt. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll set up to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. A first down and more for Edwards-Helaire. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you, and let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So that'll back him up 5.
Here we go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
And 96 is coming. We're going to Mike 96. Let's go, Cap.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher, 3rd down and 9.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Sanu with a grab over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup there.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Working with a 2nd and 3. A carry here for Hunt, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's airing it out for Sanu. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half, no quit in him.
0.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's Hunt. And some room to work. And he's taken down inside the 30. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. They'll run. This is Hunt. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Second and 9.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Rosa's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question. They need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here we go.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, all things considered, They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. Broke through some contacts, but unable to reach the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Complete. Richardson has it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Now the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Now it's Hunt. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. Hey, go.
He'll look to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. Don't like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Mike 5-9. Check Mike, check Mike. Reload. Riggs. Be ready. Go.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Mike's 59.
Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, Not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Check, 59. So don't say nothing. Mike, check, 59. Think you gonna get this, boy? Go! You think you gonna get this? Mike 5'9".
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Check pass. Hey, we got tight right. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Where's 52? 52.
Looking to throw. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this one brought in by Sanu. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it.
13 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
26 Mike. Man out. Back and 60.
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
The Raiders on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
26 Mike.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Here's the Raiders punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. 5-2 is the mic.
On play action, they'll throw.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught by Richardson. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 53 is the mic. 53.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Here's Sanu on the catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
26, Mike. 26, Mike.
They're going to look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
2nd and 20.
On the run, this is Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Now back to throw. He's airing it out for Sanu. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Mike, check, 59. Check, smash. Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Another good throw there in what has been a strong rookie season to this point, Charles, as he now has surpassed the 3,000-yard mark with that last completion.
And just think, he's been forced to learn on the job here in his first year. Normally, veterans talk about, hey, I've got the answers to the test before the game even begins. But this guy's taking the test with every throw, with every game. And so far, he's passing with flying colors.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
We got 4. Go. Mike 52. Blue Dan.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. You got tight right there.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 23. 103 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Mike 52. Go.
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And now they're not going to get the kickoff in time. And that will make this a more difficult prospect. So that one will be accepted. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. He's got it from 50. It's 3 more points, and that widens this.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, isn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. Now a hit and a loose football.
Let's go.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he whips that one incomplete there.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And it's third down.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Pittsburgh, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.